Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a reading vlog. So the theme of the reading vlog is a random letter wheel is going to pick a random letter, and whatever the letter wheel picks will be the starting letter of the book we read. So we'll be reading 3 books and let's get started, I guess. So cue the clip where the first letter is picked, okay? So, guys, as you saw, the first letter that was picked was M, and I immediately know what I want to read because this book is my Fable Book Club pick. We are reading My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney in my book club. My M, so makes perfect sense. Okay, book club, a book is like there are chapter discussions, full spoiler, and you can write your thoughts. Example, if you have a thought in chapter 19, so you can write whatever you think about that chapter, about specific someone or stuff like that, into that chapter, and you can discuss with people. It is really fun. This is a thriller book, if I forgot to mention it. Okay. Eden Fox, an artist on the brink of her big break, sets off for a run before her first exhibition. When she returns to the home she recently moved into, Spyglass, an enchanting old house in the pretty seaside village of Hope Falls, nothing is as it should be. Her key doesn't fit. A woman eerily similar to her answers the door, and her husband insists that this stranger is his wife. One house, one husband, two women, someone is lying. 6 months earlier, a reclusive Londoner named Birdie, reeling from a life changing diagnosis, inherits spyglass. This unexpected gift from a long lost grandmother brings her to Hope Falls. But then Birdie stumbles upon a shadowy London clinic that claims to be able to predict a person's date of death, including her own. Secrets start to unravel, and as the line between truth and lies blur, Birdie feels compelled to right some old wrongs. Okay. Does this not make you want to read the book? Because it makes me want to read the book, and this will be the first book we'll be reading for this video. Okay. So let's read the first line of this book together. Hopefully, it's a banger. Okay. Everybody lies and everybody dies. Okay, I love that first line. I love that first line so much. So now I'll get to reading. I'll update you once I'm like 50% or like 25% of the way through the book. And yeah, that's all for right now. I'll see you in a bit, in like one day or something like that. Okay? Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm like 50% of the way through My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. I'm on chapter 32, as you can see. And sorry if my voice sounds stuffy because I'm really sick. But ignore it, okay? So I have not wanted to put this book down. It is that addictive. Every chapter ends on like a mini cliffhanger, so it just makes me want to read more. At the starting of the book, there are like 2 timelines. So the first timeline is of Birdie, who is a woman who gets diagnosed with cancer, and then she inherits a house called Spyglass from her dead grandmother. There, she sees that her grandmother received a letter predicting her grandmother's date of death, and then she goes to that organization and finds out her own date of death and stuff like that. And the second timeline is of Eden. Okay, 31st October, I think. I'm not sure of the month, but the date is 31st. And so one day she goes running. Then when she comes back, she sees that her husband is with another woman, and her husband is saying that the other woman is his wife, and Eden is just a stranger that he does not know. So Eden is trying to figure out who that woman is and why her husband is acting like that and stuff like that. And it is so intriguing. I am absolutely loving it. Definitely a 4 star or above that if it continues on this pace. So I'm just gonna get reading, and I'll update you once I'm like 75% of the way through the book. Do I have okay? And I absolutely love Birdie as a character. Her one-liners are amazing, and I am having the time of my life. Sorry, I thought someone knocked on my door, but I'm having the time of my life reading it with my Fable Book Club. It's so fun. So the link is in the description for my Fable Book Club if you want to join. And yeah, that's all for right now. I'll update you once I'm like 75% of the way through the book. Okay, guys, I'm exactly 75% of the way through the book. I'm on chapter 52, Birdie's chapter, and I have no notes. It's like impeccable, absolute perfection. I have some thoughts, but I won't be able to share them because, of course, spoilers. I have been sharing my theories in my Fable Book Club, but I have a feeling that none of them are correct. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep reading. I have been sick the whole day, so I've been studying, reading, nothing else. I might go to work out like for 1 hour or something like that. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I'm just gonna keep reading and I'll update you once I'm done with the book. This book has like 70 chapters, so I still have 18 chapters to read. The chapters are so short. The chapters are like 1 to 1 2 pages, and I'm loving that. So yeah, that's all for right now. I'll update you once I'm done. Okay, guys, I finished My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. Definitely more than a 4 star. I don't know if I want to rate it 5 stars or a 4.5 star, but I think the fact that I have a doubt, actually, I think it could be 5 stars. I don't know. Let's see, I'll put my rating on the screen somewhere, but I definitely recommend this book. It is up to the level of Never Lie by Frida McFadden for me. It was so good. I loved it very much. The plot twist that we had from chapter 60 to chapter 70, all of the chapters were action packed, and I absolutely loved that. Um, so yeah, definitely recommend. One of my top thrillers ever, no doubt. So yeah, that's for My Husband's Wife. Now let's spin the wheel again to see which book we have to read next for the letter. Okay, so cue the clip of me spinning the wheel. So, guys, as you saw, the letter wheel picked the letter T for us, and there are so many options for T because you know. So, let's search from my February TBR first. So, I think the book I'm going to be picking is The Poet Empress. It's on my February TBR, so it fits. Okay, so let me tell you the plot of The Poet Empress first. Jamie Falk raves about this book. It's one of her favorite books of like 2025, I think. So I'm really excited. Okay, let me search the blurb. And the blurb of this book kind of reminds me of the Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Liang. I love that book. I rated that 5 stars too. So figures. The cover of this book is so pretty. To kill a monster, she must become one. As the emperor lays dying, the once great Azalia dynasty plunges towards civil war, while its princes plot for power a more hidden war to become the next empress occupies the imperial court. Vi Yin, peasant girl turned concubine to the cruel Prince Terran, has already endured unimaginable sufferings. Ripped from her family, she has no title, no allies, and no escape. But she does have one secret. In the shadows of the palace, surrounded by enemies, she is learning a skill forbidden to women. Because when words are weapons and poetry holds an ancient magic, the fate of a girl and a nation can both be rewritten. All she has to do is compose the perfect poem, a tale so powerful it can kill any man, even the next emperor. I read one review that said that this is not an enemies to lovers, it is just pure pain, grief, and stuff like that. That the two main characters are not involved in any way. So I'm really excited to see how that goes. So let's read the first line of this book. The first chapter is Fruit from Nothing. My sister Larkspur was the fifth child we buried. That is the first line, and oh my god, such a banger. I love it. My sister Larkspur was the fifth child we buried. Okay, I love it and I'm so excited to read it. And the fact that this book is like only 390 pages and it is a fantasy and a standalone, so rare. But let's get reading. I'll update you once I'm like 35% of the way through the book or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I'm on chapter 27, Generous Gifts. I am 36% of the way through the book, page 177. This is giving me high 5-star feelings. This is a song to drown rivers in another font. The writing style of the author is so good. This book is tragic. The things that are happening in this book are horrible, but just the way that the author writes them, it's phenomenal and I'm loving it. And the story like starts right at the beginning. There's action right at the beginning. I love the brother sisterly bond between Bao and V. V as a character has a lot of growth potential. She's amazing, but and the thing that she has to do, yeah. So I read the blurb of this book before I started it, but mainly the summary is that V has to offer herself up to one of the princes of the Azalea dynasty to like better the kingdom, and her family is really poor. So if she offers herself up to the V kingdom to the prince, her family will get more food and stuff like that. So she does this just to help her family, and then she has to, as I said, go to the kingdoms like castle and stuff like that, and the things that happen there, the politics, and there she has to learn to write and to compose a poem which is like forbidden for women to do. And because the prince is like horrible and terrible and stuff like that, she has to kill him. So the story goes from there, but as we get to learn more backstory about the prince and stuff like that, we get to see that everything is not just black and white. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Everything is not just black and white. There is so much gray space in between. At some parts of the story you feel like she shouldn't kill the prince. At some parts you feel like the prince is horrible and he should die for what he did and stuff like that. And it is a really good book, and this is Shen Tao's debut novel. I'm really impressed. Definitely giving me high 5-star feelings, but we'll see. One thing I love about this book is that there are chapter headings. Like as I said, chapter 27, Generous Gifts. I love when chapters have like headings. It just makes me, actually it reminds me of Cassandra Clare. So that's why I really love it. Some of the headings are Everlasting Spring, A Woman Without a Tongue, 1,000 Lotuses, Worrying Over Lightning, chess pieces and stuff like that. I'm loving it. Another thing that I want to discuss is that as V has to go to the kingdom and stay with the prince and stuff like that, she has to learn different court politics and court methods, and she was just a village girl before she had to went to the castle. She had to go to the castle. So now she has to see how cruel the people in the castle are and how to deal with it and stuff like that. It's just really really interesting. So yeah, I highly recommend this book to everyone. It is just a fantasy, and the culture in this book, the Chinese culture that we get to see and stuff like that, I am loving it. As I said, this is just a fantasy. Don't go in without any other expectations. If you go with some other expectations, you definitely will be disappointed. So as I said, I'm loving it. I'll update you once I'm like 75% of the way through the book, because I don't think more than two updates of a book are necessary, to be really honest. And yeah, that's all for right now. Let me think if I want to discuss something else. As I was saying, the culture references, the clothes, the food, and all of that stuff we get about the Chinese culture and stuff like that, it is really amazing and I'm loving it. I read another Chinese retelling before, as I'm continuously mentioning, A Song to Drown Rivers, and that story ended tragically. Hopefully, this does not end tragically, but I don't have many hopes. Yeah, that's all for right now. I'll update you once I'm like 75% of the way through the book. So, guys, a funny thing happened. I actually finished The Poet Empress without updating you. I'm so sorry, but what happened was I went to the movie theater and we came back home at like 12 a.m. and I did not want to update you at that time because my brother and my father were sleeping. And I finished the book at like 3:30 a.m. So I had no chance to update you. I'm so sorry, but we can't do anything now, can we? So let me just give you my final rating of The Poet Empress. I'm like so excited because my first 5 star of the year is going to be The Poet Empress by Shen Tao. It's a 5 star, guys. 5 stars. I'm so happy. um I shouldn't be happy because this book is so tragic. The ending definitely got me, and this is my new A Song to Drown Rivers. So if you love this book, you should read A Song to Drown Rivers, and if you love A Song to Drown Rivers, you should read this book. So good. The plots are very different, but the vibes and everything are definitely very similar. So I would describe this book as like a dark mythological fantasy retelling with court scheming and politics and poison stories and all of that stuff. I love this so much. Let me read you my review of this book, okay? So I think I perfectly got all of my feelings in the review. So let me read my review of that. This video is going amazingly. The first book we read was a 4.75 stars. This is a 5 star. So yeah, I'm obsessed. Okay. So read. Okay. My first 5 star of 2026. This book was tragic, heartbreaking, phenomenal, all at the same time. Cry count 5 times. Highly recommend. I'm literally begging everyone to read it immediately. This is a fantasy with no romance, just to warn you all. This feels like you are reading a dark mythological fairy tale with court politics and scheming and poison and all that whatnot. It deals with dark, heavy topics, and it is not a fun time. Seeing the backstory of some characters made me realize that everything is not black and white. It has a whole field of grey space. I love V as a character, and at some points couldn't even predict what she was going to do. You get so many conflicting thoughts about the characters and how they should end up. Bracket, those are my favorite kind of books and stories. I wasn't satisfied with one specific character's ending, but wholly see why the FMC had to do what she did. Oh my god, if you enjoy this book, I highly recommend A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Liang to you. It gives the same vibes and has almost the same setting, though the plot progressed differently. So, I'm so glad that my first 5 star of 2026 is The Poet Empress. I'm so glad that Jamie Falk recommended this book, because if she had not recommended this book, there was no way I was gonna pick it up. So, I'm really glad, and yeah, that's for The Poet Empress. Now, let's spin the wheel again and let's see which book we have to read. So, guys, as you saw, the letter that the letter wheel picked was C, and I'm just gonna act as if I don't know which book starts with a C on my February TBR. Okay, so the book that starts with a C is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, my favorite trilogy of all time. We are going to be rereading this. I don't know if you can see the tabs on my book, but I have like highlighted like every single page, and I love it so much. It has been yellow with the age, but I don't care, I love it. Let me read you the plot of the book. When Tessa Gray arrives in England during the Queen Victoria's reign, something terrifying is waiting for her in London's downworld, where vampires, warlocks, and other supernatural folk stalk the gaslit streets. Friendless and haunted, Tessa seeks refuge with the Shadowhunters, a band of demon hunters. Drawn even deeper into their world, she finds herself fascinated by two best friends. Okay, let's get started and let's read the first line together. Okay, let's do some ASMR. Prologue. The demon exploded in a shower of ichor and guts. And the first official sentence is, the sisters would like to see you in their chambers, Mrs. Gray. Okay, so let's get started. I will update you once I'm like 35% of the way through the book. And yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, guys, I'm on chapter 11 of Clockwork Angel, page number 258, like exactly 50% of the way through the book. Um, I love it. No thoughts, 5 stars, definitely, and I just love it. Let me tell you a few of my favorite quotes, okay? Tessa believes in hope not just because she's a stalwart and a heroine, but also because she has discovered hope in books. Tessa is a bookworm. She doesn't only love classics by the Brontes and Dickens, but many novels of her time that I read during my months long reading project. She reads voraciously the same way I did, books considered both high and low brow, and she gains enjoyment from both kinds. She learns she has power to shapeshift, reflecting our real life ability to slip inside the skin of fictional characters when we read. I wanted to write a heroine who was invested in books as much as I was, and I knew my readers were, a girl who learned that adventure was possible only from books, that romance was potentially as wonderful as it was painful, that courage and kindness would carry her through, and that she could be marvelously transformed. I wanted every girl reading The Infernal Devices to feel that she could be the heroine of a novel, maybe even this one. This is why I love Cassandra Clare. As for the temperature of hell, Miss Grey, let me give you a piece of advice. The handsome young fellow who is trying to rescue you from a hideous fate is never wrong, not even if he says the sky is purple and made of hedgehogs. One of my favorites. Okay, now let's talk about the book talks. One must always be careful of books, said Tessa, and what is inside of them, for words have the power to change us. Only the very weak minded refuse to be influenced by literature and poetry. There is plenty of sense in nonsense sometimes if you wish to look for it. You know what? I am buying A Tale of Two Cities for my birthday because of their conversation, Tessa's and Will's conversation about it, and then I can finally read the Chain of Gold series. I've not read it. I know, confession. So, the found family in this book is absolutely phenomenal. The yearning. I have made a specific playlist for this book. I'll share the screen recording or something like that. I love it, and this is just everything to me. And how someone cannot like it, it's just impossible to imagine. This gives peak 2016 vibes, and it's 2026 right now. So perfect. I love Jem. I love Will. I There is a specific trope in this that is done absolutely perfectly. I hate that trope usually, but in this, love, love, love. I love it. I can't tell you more, or that would be giving you spoilers, but definitely read this. Please read this. I'm literally begging you. And yeah, that's all for right now. I'll update you once I'm. Let me see. Actually, I'll update you when I'm on chapter 16 because, like, I think this feels like 25%. I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, that's all for right now. I'll update you when I'm 75% of the way through the book. Okay, guys, as I said, I would update you at chapter 17 called The Darkness Down. I'm on page 383, so like 77% of the way through the book. Of course, I'm loving it. The way that Jem loves Will in a brotherly, parabatai way, and all of their connections. I'm just loving it so much. Which chapter was it? Wait a second. The chapter Blood and Water ruined me. People may not like Will in this because of something that gets revealed in book 3, but I don't have any more thoughts. I This book has like 20 chapters plus an epilogue, so I'll finish it and I'll update you then. So let me get to reading. So guys, I finished Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. 5 stars. I'm like not sure what I should rate it because of course it's 5 stars, it's 6 stars, it's god tier. And yeah, that's for today's video. I definitely recommend reading this. This reading vlog was so successful. We got a 4.75 read, we got a 5 star, and we got a 5 star reread. Yeah, I highly recommend all of these books that I read in the video. And yeah, that's all for right now. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Comment the letters emoji to let me know that you watched till the end of the video. And yeah, my Fable Book Club is down below and all of my links are down below. And yeah, that's all for right now, and bye. I love you all.